Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace, and today is Monday, June 1st. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting, because that is what I love to do all day, every day. And also play Animal Crossing, but I don't talk about that on here very much, because I'm not very good at it, and I don't really know what to talk about, but I do love it, and I wanted to say that. I have a lot to show you. I also have a finished object on. I am quite in love with it. I haven't really taken it off. It's really amazing. I'll talk about it in the episode. If you would like to follow me on any of my social medias, I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there. There's a lot of stuff that I've been posting that has been very important, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Also, there is show note information that's on my blog. So I talk about all the things that will be talking about in this episode. In addition to that, the yarn store information that I work at, it's the Modern Skein in Montgomery, Texas. All that information will be in the show notes, so please go and check that out there. Also, giveaway information will be everywhere, so if you can't find it, let me know. We also have a giveaway today, which is super exciting, and I just can't even with this yarn. Yeah, I'm just so excited. So we'll talk about that in the episode as well. Lots of knitting, just general stuff to talk about. And yeah, I don't know why I set that down, because I need to take a drink, because that's what we do. If you want to grab something tasty to drink, I have water today because hydration is always good. Ran for, I don't know how long, but I ran 2.5 miles this morning. Feel pretty good about that. I'm not normally a runner. I don't really enjoy running. But we'll talk about this in the episode. This is not part of the intro. If you would like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, an animal to snuggle, something to craft upon, laundry to fold, or all of the above, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. So before I get into this actual episode, I wanted to just briefly mention this here. If you do not follow me on Instagram and have not seen any of the things I've been sharing on my stories, I just wanted to talk about kind of what is going on and the importance of being aware of what is going on. And even though it is uncomfortable and we get things wrong and it's hard to fully understand, because me being a white person, I've never experienced the kind of stuff that is going on in the world right now. I have shared many posts on my stories, so if you are looking for resources or any kind of things, I also found posts about like things on Netflix you can watch to educate yourself about racism and all that kind of stuff. If you're interested in any of that information, there are so many amazing resources online currently that just require searching things out. I'm constantly sharing things on my story, so if you don't know where to look, you can look there. One of the posts I just want to read, this is from Bees Kolnick. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that is the person's username, and one of many amazing posts that I have found. But there was just this one little bit that I thought was very moving, and I wanted to read that on this episode. It says, resist the feed fatigue. Resist going backwards. Resist disengaging. Choose to care, choose to see, and choose to act. Black Lives Matter. So, yeah, it's just, I wanted to share that. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm being very vocal about it on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me over there and you're like, why is she being quiet? I'm not being quiet, and I wanted to say that. So I wanted to say that at the top of the episode, not save it to the end, because it's important and I wanted to talk about it. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. So, what to talk about? I have a lot of things to talk about. Knitting and non-knitting. First of all, let's start with the weather update, shall we? Because that's how we always do things here. You know? Just yesterday, I think, I saw several articles being posted on Facebook talking about how there is some kind of tropical storm developing in the Gulf. And if you are new to the podcast, I live in the general Houston area. I live in Tomball, if you know the area, to be very exact and specific. But the Houston area usually gets pretty affected by these things. So that's fun. Don't know when that's going to happen. Don't know if it will happen. Apparently it's just a very high chance of it happening. So I am excited because I love storms. I love thunderstorms. I would prefer storms and cloudy days over sunny days. And I know I'm not the only one, though I do love being in the sun, and I know it's good for me because vitamin D and skin. It's also nice to have a little glowy tan every once in a while. Not relevant to the storm. But, what was I talking about? Oh, I prefer storms. But the problem is that I get really bad headaches when big storms come in, and I do not like those, because who enjoys headaches? Does anybody enjoy headaches? I don't think so. So, so I'm not really looking forward to that possibility of that just being the case. But we're not going to worry about it. We just be aware that it could be happening or whatever. Again, I don't know when it's happening. I just know that it could happen. And I wanted to share that with you guys because we all know I love to talk about the weather. I really do, though, because I really have enjoyed and found weather fascinating for most of my life, I feel like. I don't know. Fun fact about me, I know I've shared this on the podcast before, but I know it's been a long time. I grew up and was born in Oklahoma. I was right smack dab in Tornado Alley. I am terrified of tornadoes. Like, if someone were to say or to ask me, what are you most scared of? Tornadoes would be up there. Also, like, growing up with the sirens and just the weather and knowing that it could happen, I have not actually seen a tornado in person, which I am very lucky to have not seen that. But also, on the other hand, part of me is like, wow, I would love to see one in person, though I am terrified of them. Which is kind of weird. I don't know why that is, but when I was younger, I can very vividly remember checking out as many weather books and tornado books from our library as possible so I could educate myself and also look at pictures. I also, weirdly enjoyed, also very terrified of Storm Chasers, the TV show, and it got to a point that when we would watch it if we were in a hotel or something, that we couldn't watch it because I just got so scared and would have nightmares because of Storm Chasers. Granted, I'm 27 now, so I don't know if that would be the case. I have yet to, I don't know if I want to test that. Do I really want to test that? I don't know. But I find them very fascinating. I find just weather in general very fascinating, but I'm also deathly terrified of tornadoes. Fun fact about me. This is not a weather podcast, and I've been talking about weather for a while now. So, let's move on. We're gonna save the giveaway for the end because that's super fun and I am so excited. This is crinkly. So yes, the giveaway is with Big Sky Yarn Company, and I've been very blessed with this giveaway, and I'm very excited to share it with you. But that'll be at the end, so we'll save the best things for the last. Knitting wise, I have my finished Penguono. I love it. I love it so much. Like I said, I have not really taken it off. Like, it's always, I've worn it as a blanket, I've worn it as a shawl kind of thing. Obviously, I've worn it as like a jacket, robe, sweater thing. It's massive. We've got the welts, the welts. It's huge, it's massive. It ended up being much bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely one of those things that I didn't realize how badly I wanted and needed this thing until it was in my life. I didn't know how big I wanted it to be until I finished it and tried it on and was like, oh, this is perfect. It is quite the snuggliest jacket ever. Birdie loves it. Sam loves it. Sam has stolen it several times. Sam has worn it quite a lot. So he's probably going to get his own penguono at some point, which I'm very excited about. I foresee Christmas pictures with us in matching penguonos, because that would be amazing, you know? So it's just a matter of doing that at some point and then picking out a color scheme for him, which is very exciting. But that's very far down the road. But he will be getting a penguono at some point, because I would gladly need another one of these, because it's very fun. If you are on the edge, the only problem is that there is mohair everywhere, because there's a lot of mohair in this sweater. I feel like I don't really notice the mohair unless I'm like supposed to be focused on something else. You know, like recording a podcast, or if I'm eating dinner or something like that and I need to be like doing other things and then there's just mohair everywhere. But if I'm just sitting and like playing Animal Crossing or watching something on Netflix or knitting or reading, and it's like, wow, the mohair is not getting anywhere. Though I'm focusing on those things, I do realize this doesn't logically make sense. But, yes, that is the case. If you're on the edge, make a penguono. You will not regret it, I promise. It is so much fun. So much fun. This is by Stephen West. I can't even begin to tell you all the yarns that are in this thing because there are so many. But there are yarns from all different points in my life, and I love that. I love that so much. Yeah. It's a penguono of color, a penguono of memories. I love it. It's so snuggly and squishy. If you want to see pictures of it, check out my Ravelry or my Instagram. I posted pictures on there. Also, here's a tip. If you're making a penguono or really anything, really, weave in your ends as you go. You will not be sorry, because literally all I had to do was weave in the ends for like the edges, like of my I-cord bind-offs. That's all I had to weave in. The rest, I just snipped. And granted, like, I snipped it so there's like little short ends. I don't know if you can, I mean, they're short enough that you can't really see them. They're not like hanging out everywhere. I just snipped them and I was done. I did not block this, by the way. It's all garter stitch. Everything lays very flat. Also, if I block this, like, I feel like even if I steamed it, it would grow so much. And I really don't want it to grow because it's probably the biggest I want it to be. I don't want it any bigger. So I am so excited that this is done. I love it so much. This took me about 2 weeks and a half, 3 weeks. There's mohair in my nose to make. Also because I was working on other things. Otherwise I feel like I could have gotten it done much faster. So fast knit, color play, Stephen West, snuggly jacket, whatever. Can't go wrong. Awesome fashion, like it's super hip and cool and very trendy and like, I love it. textures. I didn't even do the textured one because there's a textured version as well. There's mohair. Why is it so attracted to my nose? And my eye. But I always have things in my eyes, right? Like that just always happens. Anyway, this is my finished object. I'm very excited about it. And now we'll move on to our regular knitting. Okay, so everyone, where to begin? Where to begin? I have test knit. And no, I've got 2 test knits. I pulled out a languishing lip I haven't worked on forever. I changed the needles, and oh my goodness, everybody, I've gotten so much done. Because go back to tips and tricks. Change your needles if you aren't happy with your knitting progress, because it's probably your needles. We'll talk about that in just a minute. I have made projects. I made a lot of projects, really. Let's start with this one. This is my brioche. And I finished a sleeve. Just really singing a lot today, you know? Because I am happy with all my progress. Look at that beautiful sleeve. Can we even? Just so excited. You may be like, wow, Grace, it's still on the needles. How is it finished? You say that it's finished and it's still on the needles. And I would be like, well, let me tell you that I have to connect the sleeve to the body and I don't actually cast it off. So the knitting for this sleeve is done. I do promise. Should I have started the second sleeve immediately? For sure. Did I do that? No. That's okay though. I have it under control. It'll be fine. The deadline is still the end of June, and I do realize that that's now June 1st, but like, second sleeve always goes faster. We have learned this many times. So this is my Hedra Helix Pullover by Rosemary, or the woolly one on Instagram. This is the body. Yes, it looks small. It will be much slouchier because brioche blocks out so much. Sleeve. Have a good representation of what it's going to look like. Yeah, because this is very, very accurate. It'll be very slouchy, super dropped sleeve, so I'll probably start around here. I am debating blocking the body first. No, that doesn't make sense. I need to finish everything. I have thought this, I have asked myself this multiple times and been like, maybe I should block the body first. And then think about it. And I'm like, oh wait, no, that would not be a good idea. 2 days later, maybe I should block the body first. Maybe not. Again, 2 days later, it's been a process. And I just did it again. So here we are. I do know what I'm doing. I do promise that. It's got a high-low hem, but it's just on the sides. It's not actually on the front and back, which is super cool. I don't have any knitted items like this that have high-low on the sides, or even non-knitted items, really. I'm super excited about this. I think this will be a slouchy, like sweatshirty type, not sweatshirty, that implies that it's very like, I don't know, casual. This doesn't seem very casual. This just seems very like classy, but also snuggly, and just kind of like a sweater or a pullover or jumper that you can pull on with jeans. Can we imagine little bit of with jeans? I'm so excited. This is Cascade, not Cascade 220. This is Barocco Vintage DK, which I have a great love for. It is heathered gray, vintage DK, good price point, high quality, good colors, all good things. Would highly recommend it. Good stitch definition. I'm very excited. So yes, the body is done. The body has been done for a while. I have finished one sleeve. And It's kind of a balloon sleeve as well, because it's kind of like really poofy. And I said this last week, you have the option of picking out or deciding how you want to place the brioche section. So you can either have it like this, so it's on the side along your elbow, or if it's on the top of your arm. And so then there's another one on the bottom. Or if it's on the side, then it's on both sides. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I just feel bad having a brioche thing on the bottom of my arm, really, and that's just me. I feel like that's a very nine thing to say, but whatever. I'm knitting, also, fun fact, I'm knitting with my very first pair of Hi-Hi's. I have never knit with Hi-Hi's before, and I do quite enjoy them. I don't feel like there was such a big difference from Chowgu, which is what I normally knit with. So, tips are great, cord is great, needles are great. They do feel maybe slightly lighter, which is weird. I know nothing about Hi-Hi's. I don't even know if they're made of the same thing. I do like that these are the Hi-Hi Sharps, I should say that. I do like that the text that is printed on the needle is very apparent, and so it's not like, well, where is the information on the needles? There it is. It's tiny. This is very big, very dark against the needle, which I do appreciate. Fun fact, yeah, never knit with Hi-Hi's until now. New experiences, you know. That's due end of June. I am happy with it. Moving forward, all good things. Next up, let's go with my next test knit. This is my Duet tee for Skein Yarns. I love this thing. Oh my goodness, everyone. I think I had cast it on last week. Had I cast it on? Again, I can't remember. I know, I really should be so much better. I should be so much better. Did I cast it on? I don't remember. Either way, here's what I have. This is a little summery cropped tee with some drop sleeves and kind of like a boat neck neckline. I know it's kind of hard to see, but like here's the neck hole, head hole, whatever, neckline. That would be a more technical term. It's two colors. There's a super fun design element of how you construct it, is that instead of picking up on the wrong side to create a smooth edge, you pick up on the other side or whatever to make this edge on the outside stand out more. So normally this ridge would be on the inside of your garment or whatever you're picking up. Like I have that all on the inside of the penguono. And normally it would look like that. Very smooth, whatever. But this is super fun. I know it blends in kind of with the yarn, but trust me when I say that it's there, and it's very cool. This is my mindless project currently. I am just knitting until the cows come home, or I get however many inches for the body. And then I do little cap sleeves, or not cap sleeves because it'll be dropped a little bit, but it'll be, I think it's just ribbing. I don't think there's any part of the sleeve that you knit extra. Top yarn, not sure of the colorway, pretty sure it's hedgehog. I could be wrong. This bottom yarn is Madeline Tosh Sock, and oh goodness, is this another issue place? Boo, I think it is. This is very, very old yarn. This yarn, high school beginning of high school yarn back from Yarntopia, which is the yarn store that I worked at the very beginning, the yarn store that I learned how to knit at with my mom. So very, very old yarn, but wonderful, still wonderful. Some of it is a little frayed, unfortunately, so I have to be careful about like knitting and not paying attention, because sometimes I need to break the yarn and start over again, which that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I know some people that might really bother them. It has nothing to do with the yarn. It just has to do with the fact that it's old, and unfortunately moths have gotten to it at some point or whatever. But I think there's a spot here where I wasn't paying attention, and I think that needs to be reinforced. I don't like doing that. Boo! So yeah, I need to be careful about that, and apparently I didn't do as good a job as I thought I did. So I am using my Little Bitty Delights Progress Cinnamon Roll, wrong way, Cinnamon Roll Progress Keeper to mark what is the front, because it's just so cute, and I can't even. I also love cinnamon rolls, because who doesn't love cinnamon rolls? Just bring some happy joy to my project. I wanted to use my mermaid slice of cake for this project, but it was being used on something else, and then I actually removed it. So it now can be used for this project. Probably use it to mark my progress. How about that? I think that's a good idea. So this is very exciting. The deadline is also the end of June. I have no doubt that I'll finish this, because it's just knitting the body and little cuffs for my sleeves. So that is going along mighty fine. Next up, we have no more test knits. This is my Cozy Days cowl, and oh my goodness, I cannot remember. Do I never remember who has designed this? Oh man. I'm very bad about this. I do very much apologize. What am I doing? I got distracted. Cozy Day. Ooh, that I need to spell it right. That would be helpful. Cozy Days cowl. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is the Cozy Day cowl by Autumn Poppy Designs. I need to remember that. There's also apparently a headband. So that is very cute. I am knitting this out of Long Dog yarn. I believe she is not originally from Louisiana, but she's currently living in Louisiana. So she's pretty close, kind of local. Not quite, but still love to support indie tires always. This was a COVID purchase. My mom and I got yarn from her 2 months ago. I don't know how long this has been going on, but this has happened this year, and it happened because we were all in quarantine and in lockdown. I am using her mohair in Sea Glass, and I'm using her single base, which is Pinky Swear. Apologize for not getting this out of this bag. If I do, I'm pretty sure the mohair skein will fall apart, and I do not want that to happen. So, or it'll just be, like, it's weirdly inverting itself on the inside, and I don't know why. I've never seen this happen. I'm also kind of terrified. Like, maybe I should perform surgery on this and make sure that it doesn't get tangled. Anyway, here it is. Let's talk about this instead. It is a chevron-y cowl, currently with just got stripes, and I do a bunch of stripes, and then I have lace in the pink colors. So here are the colors together. Normally this would be the wrong side, but it creates a different kind of dimension almost, and different kind of texture when the patterns have the normal wrong side to be on the right side. So this is what would be considered the right side, or facing outwards. Once again, we have a Little Bitty Delights and her little pumpkin, pumpkin pie slice. can't go wrong. She makes the cutest things. She's also so sweet, and I love talking to her. She also makes beautiful coffees. She recently got a new coffee maker, and it's fun watching her journey in foam frothing and coffee art, latte art, which is very fun. So yeah, I've been working on this. I made a lot of progress on this. Actually, this was just one evening, which to me is just astonishing, which I find funny because I think I only got so much done because in my mind I was like, wow, I'm just gotta work on something. I'm used to working on things that have very long rows. This itty bitty rows. I did change my needles. The needles that I was using on this went to my Duet tee. So I did change my needles because that long cord was bothering me. Feel much better about it. These are not as pointy, but that is okay. We get the job done. They're not terrible, but they're just not my top pick. Pretty sure they look pretty sharp, but the actual tip is kind of blunt, which is my problem. Fun fact. Things you can have very strong opinions about, because I do. They're not very strong opinions, I shouldn't say that. They're just regular opinions. Anyway, so I'm really loving this. I'm almost done, I believe, with, okay, so we have 1, 3, 4, I think I've got 3 more striping repeat sections, and then I start the lace. So I'm just gonna move this little progress keeper up, and did I do that decrease right? I don't think I did. It doesn't look like the rest of them. Oh well, that's okay. It's just one. It won't matter. So, yes, hopefully I will have gotten everything, all the striping done, and I will start on the lace, which is super exciting, and I think that'll go quickly as well. I have a lot of audiobooks coming up, which is very exciting. I do have a lot of reading coming up this month. I'll talk briefly about that as well later on in the episode. But this is my Cozy Day Cowls by Autumn Poppy Designs. I need to remember that. I really just need to write the information down and put it in the bag, but I haven't done that. Why? Because I'm being lazy, and also I forget. Which kind of go hand in hand. But that's okay. You know what? You do what you gotta do. You get things done. You do have the ability to look it up. It's okay. Let's start with this thing next. Or we're not starting. We're just continuing on. So, everyone, it's been a while since I worked on my Anna's cardigan by Petite Knit. You would think that I'm really close to being done. I really need to try it on. I think that's my issue. Because mainly I'm just like knitting and knitting and knitting, and the body is not growing. I know it is. It just doesn't seem like it. So Anna's cardigan by Petite Knit, I'm using Drops Charisma in this very like purpley heathered brown gray. Lots of words, descriptive words there. Color, eyelets everywhere. I really wish there were not eyelets on the sleeve because I am tired of doing the eyelets. Nothing wrong with eyelets, but I am tired of doing them. I'm tired of trying to figure out where to place them. If you've knit this pattern, you know what I'm talking about. So here we have another example of this raglan sleeve increase like I was talking about last week. Fun fact. Sweater construction. I really am enjoying this. I know that I will love wearing it. That is really what is motivating me right now. Also, the fact that I have tried to match my... Also, I changed my needles. These are now my Chow Goose. And I'm so excited. I should have done this so much sooner. I don't know why I didn't, but I did. So I've been trying to match my progress keepers to my projects in a way that makes me associate the two together and like makes me feel happy. I know that the summery cowl with a pumpkin pie slice doesn't make sense, but I haven't switched that over yet, so that needs to be changed. But, so this is like a brown, kind of slouchy, kind of cozy sweater that I would associate with wearing in the fall with like just warm drinks and like trees that change color, that don't necessarily change color here. They do in some places in Houston, especially in North Houston, but not everywhere. Like Happy Fall Times makes me think of like the Gilmore Girls and like Stars Hollow in the autumn time and winter time and just snuggles. So I have paired another Little Bitty Delights, excuse me, Progress Keeper, and it's this coffee cup with this donut that has some sparkles and sprinkles on the top. I don't know if you can see that, but I love it. It makes me think of the fall. It makes me hope for cooler weather, makes me excited for cooler weather. So the two of them paired together makes me excited to finish this sweater, and I'm hoping that that carries on. Do you do that? I mean, I know people do that with their project bags. They'll match their project bags. And Progress Keepers with their projects, just if there's like a theme or like a colorway or like just general colors that they like together, or if it's like a Christmas project, I know you match like Christmas stuff with it. So motivation to get it done. It really just needs to get done. It's definitely way past the halfway mark, and it's just me not doing it that is stopping me from getting it done. So that needs to happen. But my last project, here we have, this is yarn that doesn't belong in there, but that's okay. This is my Felix Pullover by Amy Christophers. That was a catchy little theme song. Don't know where that came from, but I'm not complaining. Hopefully that was enjoyable and not incredibly annoying, because I know sometimes singing all the time can be annoying, but when it's funny, that's also very nice. Anyway, this is my Felix Pullover, and oh my goodness, I divided for the sleeves. I thought about trying to finish the body, but I decided, no, I'm going to knit what makes me happy. And at the time, this was not it. Mainly because I wanted something that wasn't just endless knitting in the round. Had I been reading, I would have picked it, but I was not reading. So this is a top-down raglan style, but we increase with the lace sections, which is just brilliant. Talked about it last week. I think this is just truly genius, and I don't know why I'm so fascinated by it, but I think it's just such a fun idea. I didn't know you could do this, and so doing it was so much fun, and I memorized the lace pattern. It was super easy to do. I am so excited about this. Okay, back here, this is very accurate. Also, I love this shade of green. It has just continued to grow on me. I loved it when I saw it online. This is Cascade 220 Superwash Merino. We got it from the Maker and Stitch, which is a yarn store in Edwards, Colorado. They have a wonderful online store. I have not been to the store itself, but my parents have, and my mom loves it there, and I love it too. I love their Instagram. They're very sweet. So if you want to check out their website, please do. But this is from them. I love this color on the website. And as I've just knit with it, I've grown more and more and more in love with it. And I just cannot wait to wear it. And makes me hope and dream for cooler weather. Because also, like, this is pretty, like, the green I feel like it can cover all seasons, really. I'm looking at it because I set the ball of yarn on the arm of the chair. I'm just staring at it, not staring at you, or not staring at you, but looking at you while I'm talking to you, because that would be the polite thing to do. Not staring at the ball of yarn, because I'm not talking to the ball of yarn. I'm talking to you. I apologize. So it's like a springy green and also a summery green in some ways, like because it's just so bright and happy, verdant. I didn't look up if that's what it's actually called, but if it's called verdant green, it's very fitting. But also like good fall color, very good fall color, and then we just have Christmas and winter, and so it's perfect for Christmas. I also like, I look good, my coloring looks good in this type of green, like very jewel tony, like brighter greens. And so when I get the chance to knit with them or whatever, I'm always hesitant beforehand. I'm like, I don't really knit with a lot of green. Do I really want to? And then once I get started, it's like, oh, I remember why I like this. So I'm really excited to wear this. This will, again, look so cute with the jeans. I think it'll also look really cute with my linen dress. Jeans, any kind of jeans, any color jeans, really. Navy, oh my goodness, so cute. Ooh, I have a corduroy skirt that's like a camel-y caramel color. So cute. I'm very excited. So this is the Felix Pullover by Amy Christophers. Cascade 220 Superwash, merino, good price point. Awesome yardage, very high quality, good stitch definition, big needles, can't go wrong. It is awesome. This does not have a progress keeper on it because the progress was so blatantly obvious, I didn't think I needed to add one. But I will add one now because unless I just finish the body, which would be really nice. Could I do that? I probably could. I'll figure it out. Anyway, so, oh my goodness, everyone. That's all my knitting. I had a lot to say about all that, and I'm not complaining. I hope you enjoyed all that, for sure. But I still have things to talk about. We have our giveaway, which is super exciting, and then I have a book to talk about. Do I have any baking? I don't think I do. No baking. Just very quiet in that. Book-wise, let me tell you, I finished a book recently that was not necessarily like, oh my goodness, this is life-changing. I haven't had, excuse me, I'm recording. What am I trying to look up? Oh, I'm looking at my books. I'm sorry. It's called The Gown. The Gown. By Jennifer Robson. And this is a book that follows two different timelines. You have one in the 1947, and you have one that are, excuse me, set in London in 1947, and the other timeline is Toronto in 2016. And so the 1947 follows two women who are working for embroiderers and fashion designers, and their experience of getting to take part in the creation of Princess Elizabeth's wedding gown. Just that by itself sounds like so much fun. That was very good. The other part of the story set in Canada is another woman who's trying to figure out her connection to, or her grandmother. I think her grandmother is actually one of these women that did the embroidery, but this present day girl like had no idea it was like that had happened, and so it's the story of her trying to figure out how is she connected. Did she actually do this? Finding out pictures, finding this friend of her grandmother, and the mysteries behind that. And it was really good. Like I said, it wasn't life-changing by any means, but it was a very fun read. I really enjoy historical fiction. I am a sucker for historical fiction. I have yet to find a historical fiction book that I don't like. Actually, that's not true. There are some, but there aren't very many. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it, especially if you like the royal family, and especially like historical royal family stuff. I mean, now she's Queen Elizabeth II, and I got to hear about her wedding, and that's super cool. I didn't know very much about that. I mean, obviously we have TV shows like The Crown, which is just so good, but it's fun to read a book about it. So, I would highly recommend that. I finished that recently. That was my last book in May. I read 11 books in May. New record, as far as I am aware. For this year, anyway, I should say. I don't know about last year. I wasn't really keeping track. I have a lot of books to read this coming month. And yes, I still have to figure out my TBRs, my to-be-read lists. And there are different events that I'm doing, different readathons that I'm doing. So I'm very excited. I don't know, obviously I don't talk about all the books that I read on my channel, because I don't feel like they would be interesting to everybody, so I don't. So if you're interested in following what I do or what I read all the time, you can follow me on Goodreads or be my friend or whatever, however that works. And then you can get more, I don't know, more recent, more up-to-date updates about what I'm reading. So that is what I've read, and yeah, very exciting. So everyone, it is giveaway time! Cue fun editing here. So I was contacted by Cassie, who is the owner and dyer behind Big Sky Yarn Company, and she wanted to, or she asked if I would be willing to do a giveaway, which is just incredible. And then she also sent some goodies for me, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I love the yarn, and I also love the project bag that she made me. And she said that she thought of me when she saw this fabric, and I like can't even with this fabric because it is so cute. Like, this is so perfectly me because it's cats, and it's also purple and blue, and they're stars, and the cats are so cute. Oh my goodness. And so yeah, she offered to make this bag for me and send it along with the giveaway stuff. There's also amazing pockets in here. Cassie, you make incredible bags. It's just purple on the inside, and I love it so much. It's very big too. It's a nice bottom. It sits well. It's huge. Can fit like good sweaters in here for sure. It's massive. So she sent this for me, and then she also sent me a package. I do apologize, it's still in the crinkly plastic, but I wanted to keep it nice and fancy for you guys. She sent me 3 skeins of her Star sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It is 460 yards for 100 grams. This purple color is called Hyper Color. We have the middle color, which is Beach House, and then we have this last color, which I'm not quite sure what it is called, but we will open this up and so I can show it to you. I do apologize for the crinkling, and it is very crinkly. But all plastic is pretty crinkly, so, you know. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to open this. I've been waiting to open this Okay, this is called Malibu. Oh, oh. Oh my goodness. Cassie, you are incredible. You are incredible. She sent me a cute little message signed from her and Kate and Ellen. I am so excited to do this. I have been looking, it's kind of blown out on my camera. I hope it shows up on my computer a little bit more, but this is very blown out. This is much darker in person, and it's got beautiful tones of pink and purple, some lighter pinks, but also some darker purpley pinks. And it's not showing up very well on my camera. Hopefully on my computer it will show up a little bit better. She also sent me a package of tea and a cute little pin with their logo on it. And so then this is Malibu, which is also a little bit darker. Like, these speckles, can we even? So it's like a beautiful teal blue with navy speckles and pink and purple speckles, like a dark pink. I love it. This, oh my goodness, so much fun. And then Beach House. Oh man. Like, I'm really glad I took it out of the package. Obviously I would have done that too, but I'm kind of glad that I saved me taking it out of the package for when I recorded, because this is like even more beautiful outside the package than I thought. Like, it was stunning in the package, and then having pulled it out, because also it's very soft, having pulled it out, it's like, oh my goodness. Like, can we even, like, it's stunning. Oh man. Oh wow. So this is what she sent me, and for you guys, she included this package, which is a skein of Hypercolor. This skein. And then you also get a skein of Beach House. So you get 2 skeins, and then also a package of tea, and a little Blue Sky Yarn Company pin, which you can see right there. So I will leave this all packaged up. I will be mailing it to a winner. I'm gonna go through some, and also I'm not gonna try and touch it too much because it is crinkly, but to enter, there are things you must do to enter to win a chance to win this beautiful yarn that Cassie has dyed and very graciously given for a giveaway. Number 1, you must follow Big Sky Yarn Company on Instagram. All this stuff will be at the top of the show notes. I forgot to mention all that stuff. Oh my goodness. I'll record it later and then I'll edit it in. So you will have seen it, but I have not set it in order. So this will be, all this information will be in the show notes, and also on a picture that I post, and I believe that Cassie will be posting the information as well. So number 1, you must follow her on Instagram. Number 2, you must follow me on Instagram as well. And number 3, you must subscribe to my YouTube channel, which if you're watching this podcast, there's a good chance you already are, so already taken care of. And then finally, we have a fun thing of commenting and letting us know what you will be doing with this yarn. 2 skeins. I know that Casa Pinka has come out with a lot of really fun, or not a lot, but she's come out with a couple really fun 2 skein shawls recently, and I think those are super fun. That would be a really great idea. I know Stephen West has a couple 2 skein shawls. I think, what is it called? Cafe Knitting is 3, but there's one more. There's one that's 2, but if you wanted to do Cafe Knitting, you could do this one and add a 3rd color in or whatever. that would be super fun. There are also, Amba O'Brien has a lot of really good 2 skein patterns. There are, I think Vera Valimaki has a couple really good 2 skein patterns. Or you can divide them up. If you want one of them to be some color work and a sweater, and you want the other one to be a sock head hat or whatever, that is also super cool. So yes, to just comment on the YouTube video, I think. So if you have come here from it, or I'll have that information on Instagram for sure in a post. But you need to comment on the this YouTube video, this episode. I don't remember what episode it is, but it is 60 something, and let us know that you have followed everybody or whatever, and or what you plan or would like to do, or you don't know what you want to do, or just ideas or whatever, or even if you have some possibilities and you're just like, it could be this, but it could be that, and share information, because I am always down for 2 skein shawls. They are awesome. I am very excited. So I'm very excited. Thank you again, Cassie, so incredibly much for this very generous giveaway. I am so excited to be able to give this and send this to one of you guys. Please go follow her. Obviously, to enter the giveaway, you need to do that, but just follow her in general. She has some beautiful yarn, and every time she posts something, it's like, wow, I need that now. She posted, just like as I was recording, something that I think it was like about peaches. I need to find this to you because I'm gonna show it to you. Peaches, pink lemonade, which is on her Squish DK base. But like, this is just so happy and so adorable, and I love this beach house colorway. Like, I can't even. It is so summery and tropical, and then you add the hyper color together. I know it's kind of blowing out on my camera, but it's super cute. I love it so much, and they will look gorgeous together. It'll be such a fun shawl to wear in the summery, springy times, and then also just whenever, because colors don't have to go with a particular season. It is so much fun, and I'm so excited to be able to give you guys some of this yarn. So excited. So don't forget to comment, don't forget to follow if you want to enter. I will be drawing next week, I believe. If not, I will put that here. And yeah. Okay, sorry. We had an SD card full issue. So follow everybody. Comment what you want to do, what you might want to do, ideas. Let us know. Should be doing the drawing at this time for the whatever episode, next week's episode possibly. I'll let you guys know. Maybe open 2 weeks, I'm not sure. But it'll be in the episode, it'll be in the information of all things, all places. So you will not be lacking for information if you are confused or whatever, or doesn't make sense. Please send me a message and I will help you out. So yeah, I'll be drawing a winner whenever that happens, and I'll contact you for your mailing information, and I will send you this package, which is super exciting. I will definitely be getting more yarn from Cassie in the future because I love her yarn and I would love to support her. So you should support her too by following her on Instagram and checking out her beautiful yarn, you know. So, Big Sky Yarn Company. Love it so, so much. Yay, giveaways! Yay. So with that is all that I have for you guys this week. I still need to record the beginning bit because I just got too excited about talking about all the things in the episode that I didn't say, where to follow me, show notes, and yarn store information. So all of that will happen. You will have seen it because I will have edited it in, but I did forget. So we're acknowledging that it did happen. If you would like to follow me on any of my social medias, I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Ravelry. Show notes will be on the blog. Link to the blog will be down below if you're on YouTube. Yarn store information, all that jazz. All the giveaway information will be at the top of the show notes, and then also will be posted on my Instagram and I believe on Cassie's Instagram as well. So, but if you are still wanting more information about it or you just don't know where to find the information, send me a message. Be very happy to help. Or if you have any questions about things that I have mentioned in this episode, please check them out. Also continue to follow me on Instagram and check out my stories for good resources that I am educating myself with in regards to current events and just being more educated and being more aware and learning and doing our part. So that is important as well. And yeah, that is all that I have for you guys this week. This has been a long episode, and I do apologize, but also I don't apologize because this has been fun. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are successful. I have a lot of crafting to do, but I also have fun crafting to do, and I will be picking out fun patterns. I have one from Vera Valimaki in mind. I also have one from Hohi in mind, Hohi Locatelli. Stephen West is always a fun option. I have a lot saved in my queue. So tune in next week for giveaway information and then also figuring out what I'm going to do because I am so excited. I just can't even. I don't know which order I like it in. I do like this one because this is definitely more fadey, but I like the blue like that as well. I don't know. I love a good fade. Love a good fade. Just can't even. Cassie, your yarn is just so gorgeous and it's so soft and I'm so excited. So all good things. Maybe a finished Felix. I don't know. No guarantees. Just progress on everything. You know, that's always good. That's all we can hope for and ask for. So with that is all that I have for you guys this week, and I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. You will be very sad if you miss out. This yarn is amazing. Please enter. And also follow everybody on Instagram. Very important. And subscribe to me on YouTube. That's also very important. Leave a comment, all that jazz. I've already talked about this. I'm just rambling. So I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye. I don't know why I did finger guns. Or not finger guns. Yeah, I did. That's weird. Never done that before. Who knows?